Okay, so this video is going to go through Pythagoras' theorem. So it says Pythagoras' theorem is a relationship connecting the side lengths of a right angle triangle in a right angle triangle. The side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse. So the side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, and that is always going to be the longest side. Okay. Now, the rule is one of the short sides squared plus the other short side squared is the longest side squared. So often you'll see that as A, B, and C. A squared plus B squared is C squared, where C is the hypotenuse of the longest side. So the common triangle that you'll probably see in different problems, or at least a scaled up version of it maybe, okay, is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So 5 is the longest length, so if you have 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, that's going to be your lengths for the triangle. And if it was scaled up, it could be like 6, 8, and 10 or something. So that's just doubling. So let's just show that it's true, right? So say you didn't know that 3, 4, 5 triangle thing, but you know it's a right angle triangle, therefore you know Pythagoras' theorem works. So call one of them A, one of them B, and call the longest side, the one opposite the right angle, as C. A squared plus B squared is C squared. Then you substitute in 3 squared plus 4 squared is C squared, so we get 9 plus 16 is C squared. 25 is C squared. C equals the square root of that, which is 5. Okay, put that in your calculator as well. I'll show you that after this example. So it says calculate the length of x, the unknown side, correct to 1 decimal place. So first I would label A, B, and C, C being the one opposite the right angle, and then substitute in x squared plus 4.7 squared is C squared, which is, 11 squared. C is 11. 11 squared. Now, you could manipulate this and work it out, but I think using a calculator and using solve would be easier. I'll do it by hand first. So you get x squared is 11 squared minus 4.7 squared, and then you would have the x is the square root of all that, 11 squared minus 4.7 squared. Now you would chuck that into your calculator if you're doing it by hand, and you'll note that this does not equal 11 minus 4.7. Okay, 11 minus 4.7 is 5.3, 6.3. Does not equal 6.3. Okay, so let's use the CAS. Okay, here's your little square root symbol. Control x squared gives you a little symbol. Then you go, it was, in there was 11 squared minus 4.7 squared. So square root 11, back inside the square root 11 squared minus 4.1 squared. Okay, hopefully that will work. You get 10.207. Which is 10.2 to 1 decimal place. Or we could use solve. So menu 3, 1, solve. We go x squared plus 4.7 4.1 squared equal to 11 squared. And I'm solving for x. You need to go comma x. And you get 10.2 again. Now you get the negative and a positive. So you need to think about the question, well, if it's a positive length, I'm only going to use the positive value. So put in your calculator, x squared plus 4.7 squared is 11 squared for x, and out comes 10.2 to 1 decimal place. Only taking the positive one because this is a length. You can't have negative length. Now the reason you get a plus and minus is because if you think about the following, right? This says, what number multiplied by itself gives me positive 4? Well, the answer is 2 or minus 2, because 2 times 2 is 4, and minus 2 times minus 2 is also 4. So that's it.